risk assessment where you address all business critical operations and functions. You identify your risk, you prioritize those risks, and if need be, you do a risk analysis. But now we want to, and during the second phase of this, or the second part of this podcast, we want to discuss developing the plan. All right, so once we've identified the risk, once we have said, hey, these are the areas that, are potentially or some things that could potentially happen, we want to develop a plan. And we want you today to remember these guidelines when it comes time for you to actually prepare and write down and work out, develop even your contingency plan. Number one, your main goal is to maintain business operations. You didn't open a business. I pray you didn't open a business to go out of business. Okay, so your main goal is to maintain business operations. You are there to provide a service. You're there to provide a product. You're there to assist customers, whatever that be, a service, whatever. Your main goal is to maintain business operations. So we want to look closely at what you need to do to deliver a minimum level of service and functionality. So if something unfortunate happens, can you still function as a business? All right, so your plan, as you develop this plan, it needs to be centered around that main goal, which is to maintain business operations. All right. During the first segment, we talked about the supplier who goes out of business, a supplier that you have relied on for years, months and years to obtain these products from, and all of a sudden, boom, they're out of business, and you can't get your product from this particular supplier. What is your contingency plan for you to maintain your business operations? All right. Next, number two, define time periods. Time period. What must be done during the first hour of the plan being implemented? And the first day. This is big for those that maybe have experienced a natural disaster. A tornado or a flood, a fire. We need to define time periods in this written plan. Define time periods that will help you. If you look at the plan in this way, we're less likely to leave out those. What I would label as those important details to you to do the very first thing that we talked about, which is maintain your business operations. All right. Keep the plan simple. I like this one. Keep the plan simple. Let's say for whatever reason, you, the business owner, can't initiate the contingency plan. Now, if you made this thing convoluted, if you made it very difficult to understand, if you've written this plan and the reader has question marks, you haven't done a very good job. All right. Why? Because we want to keep the plan simple, where a stranger off the street that can read, obviously they can read, they'll read your written plan and can do what you have initiated or what you've written down in your plan. And if they're able to do that, then you've been successful. You've kept the plan simple. You've made it you made it easy to read. You've made it easy to comprehend. You've identified different components. So myself, if I know absolutely nothing about your business, I can pick up this sheet of paper, I can read your contingency plan and implement certain things in place. Then you, my friend, have been successful in developing that plan. All right. So we want to keep the plan simple. Why? Don't forget the very first thing that we talked about, that our main goal is to maintain business operations. Our main goal, every part of the plan should all point to that main goal, which is to maintain your business operations, to maintain your business functions. All right. So keep the plan simple. Now, we want to consider related resource restrictions. Will your organization be able to function the same way it did if you implemented a different plan? All right. Will the implementation of these different plans reduce your business functionality? Will it reduce your business capabilities? All right. So again, consider resource-related restrictions. Identify everyone's needs. Have people throughout the company identify what they must have at a minimum to continue operations. All right. So if you have staff in place, what does your staff need in order to maintain those business operations? The next one, define success. What will you need to do to return to quote unquote business as usual? What do we need to do? So if my business sustained a blow, maybe my business sustained a robbery, all right, what do I need to do to return to business as usual? All right. So the big thing that we want to talk about, again, in developing this plan please keep in mind that the main goal for everything that we do, we want to maintain business operations. So yes, today as I drove away from that Starbucks location, yes, I was very, very thankful that I was able to pick up and retrieve my external hard drive. But as I drove away and I began to think about the what ifs, what if A happened? What if B happened? What if C happened? What would it take for me to maintain business operations if I was not able to obtain or retrieve my external hard drive? All right. So, and what do you have to do as a business owner to maintain your business operations? So if that supplier went out of business, what in the world do you need to do to maintain current business operations? If your business sustained a fire, if you got sick, all right, do you have the necessary insurance in place that will pay you? We should be getting paid, right? So do we have the necessary insurance in place, medical insurance, any supplemental insurance? Do we have these different things in place to ensure that our business is able to maintain its operations? All right. So again, I wanted to encourage you today to develop a contingency plan for your business. We plan for success. Yes. We plan for our marketing plan. Yes. We plan, a very good social media strategy. Yes. All those things are critical. Honestly, they are. But at the end of the day, many of us don't like to discuss the elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room on both sides of that big elephant are the words, what if? What if? What if it's on the left side of that big elephant? What if it's on the right side of that big elephant? And guess what, folks? The elephant ain't leaving the room. Yes, I know I use bad English. The elephant ain't leaving the room. So we have to address the elephant, develop these contingency plans, and help ourselves stay in business. Keep in mind again that the main goal for this plan should help you maintain your business operations. This has been Greg Wilson with CSBJ Radio. I greatly appreciate you tuning in with us today. For advertising purposes, or if you want to drop us a line, give us a call, 706-289-7863. Follow us online at www.connectionssbj.com. Connect with us. Connect with us using whatever social media outlet you choose. Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook. Our Facebook page specifically is facebook.com/connectionssbj. Twitter. Connect with us. Be engaged. Be connected to people, resources, and information with CSBJ. Again, this is Greg Wilson. Have a great day.